we say. But now Brazil for no more be kaka. Oh. Say you not get the job Pedro Koi.
I think there are about 3 or 4 things of the Brazilian national team.
They drew her.
Yeah. When the first
start okay.
Yeah, there are about 3 or 4 teams that are Brazilian national team anymore. Even without João Pedro or with João Pedro, they would have struggled. I think that I would argue a little bit close to him, say Bianca João Pedro buyer based on the attribute as a player. No? It could be team about team Nick will get there. Duke started the game with the starting lineup of the Brazilian national team. He plays Ibanez, Gabriel Magalhães, Marquinhos, and Obo, another fullback in a back 4. Then in the middle of the pack, Rich, at the Brazil for now starting bomb. It can either be the reason why they win the World Cup or the reason why they go back and look at player production, especially in the middle of the pack. I've told you, in all the times that the Brazilians have won the World Cup, the 5 times, one of the things that has been very prevalent of Brazil for a style of play, has been the samba tiki-taka style of play, almost our players in the breed. So even look at the goal almost say from Vini Jr. It was out of nothing. It is the sheer quality of a Brazilian player from Vini Jr. from the wing, cutting in, and then because Achraf Hakimi also was late to his tackles, he could get that goal. But then the bigger problem of Brazil team any attack, it is the connection of the midfield or the defense and the attack. Because Rich, so the midfield 3 at Brazil for the boy, they played Casemiro 30-something years.
35 years.
35 years. Yes. Lucas Paqueta also getting close to those ages now. And about Bruno G. Gameres. And about some midfield 3-way. The big problem for them was that say who build up a back 3. Either the first receiver or you're comfortable and technical enough to be a progress economy. And now say who in center back as a ball playing center back saying a canon. When you go to Spain, you are likely to see a ball playing center back between the two. Anything they do, maybe one friend is saying, what's his name? Laporte to me about Bobby. America Laporte, although issues with the ball playing, but he's a natural ball playing center back. When you go to France, William Saliba most likely, if he's fit, will start in that hole to build up. All the big teams will have a comfortable ball playing center back. So only Bia, the number 6 will be a comfortable ball receiver. And now look at the Germans. It was Jonathan Tah that sat in the hole. Although Jonathan is not a comfortable ball playing center back, or Pavlovic as a 6. So whatever the case is, Pavlovic Baba Jibono. But he said the stock in trade of Casemiro a ball winning ability. Only the technical 6 that receive the ball and play forward. Only Zubimendi, only Rodri, only Fabian Duri, only Sabo SNB. It affected the Brazilian play. Again, now Santos will see CB as Gabriel Magalhães, who is not ball playing center back. In the Arsenal team, the ball playing center back is William Saliba. Gabriel Magalhães essentially is the ball carrier. If you need somebody to pass, it's not Gabriel Magalhães. But because now Vini Jr. keeping waiting, now Vini stays in the game. Gabriel Magalhães has to play as a CCB. I think that the first problem of the Brazilian national team is to get a comfortable 6. Whoever beats me about 6 now. Now only me I didn't know Casemiro this are unnecessary yellow card in the first half no. Second half all one of the Fabinho to buy. Onozo age. I think Fabinho only one of the players. Who combine age and 66 years.
But Brazil about for.
Yeah, easy. Yes. Especially that engine area. Rich before there was the carcass in those areas. They were Casemiro There were those technical players that could progress the ball. And that is the biggest issue Brazil for in the middle. So I wasn't surprised when Boadimo could now control the game.
Romain Chouano. So Casemiro and Fabinho were 67.
67 years old.
Casemiro is 35. And Fabinho so 32.
I don't know.
It's rich, honestly speaking. Once you meet in Chobedi, you say, maybe I'm here Chelsea in Inter. But when I was there, I felt that Andre Santos could have a place. At least, not to start. But in games, we say, Unia could have also energy and also could hold on to the ball. But I don't fault Ancelotti, Rich. All through the years of Ancelotti's job as a coach, he has never chosen up and coming over experience. Ancelotti G2
they
believe in the principle of experience. Say Enya Krana, the experienced player will give him something that the young player doesn't have. So you can't fault Ancelotti too much. And that's what I'm saying, that say teams so many Brazil and here, you have the comfort of controlling the game, then Vini and Rafinha will now hurt you from those places. So Brazil may go far in the World Cup using that strength no Mukitano. But almost very dominant midfields like Spain, even the Dutch national team, Netherlands for midfield. No. They have Tijani Reinders, about Frankie de Jong, and also Ryan Gravenberch. And Krano. They also had a lot of players on the bench that you could bring in also again. Which, you see, to come back to the question that the young man asked you, Joao Pedro could have been some addition to South Brazil game. No? I got Thiago as a number 9. But I got Thiago Husuno a standing 9. Or a physical, a born in Bonjin them on from the Bonjin turning co. But Joao Pedro is born in Botino. Se meka born in bar, I mean, can't say a better player than him. But as him, no. Exactly. On the Fabio Fiifi on him. So, tell me now, what do you know? In telephone. Joao could have dropped into the middle of the park. Exactly. Now, if you are connecting Rafinha, any better friend Vinicius Junior in the white areas, then make the run. There are other people that are also talking about the fact that maybe there could have been Cunha that will come in also as a 10 or a second striker who will come and pick up the balls in those areas to progress the ball. Me, I was very disappointed in Lucas Paqueta and Bruno G. Especially Lucas Paqueta. In games like this, you don't overdo. On Jibon and chest up a bosom outside foot. You take your time and go for the simple passes. And that is where Brazil had the issue. Which Saturday, let me catch a Gabi say, for me, on the Moroccan perspective, the game is going to be a testament of whether or not say here or they will miss a better friend Walid Wagragui, or it is going to be a perspective of the fact that Morocco for one system of playing their football is just too good that even when Walid goes and then they bring in a coach from the junior side, he can now get the job done.
So many fundamentals, right?
Which I was impressed.
Look, Morocco team now.
Yeah.
Messi almost started again. Morocco na me exaggerating him. Look, the confidence of the Bobono.
Yeah.
From goalkeeper Yasin Bono to the defenders, link up with midfielders, a quite anyone to Mr. Sabani. I'm Jomudi. I'm Brazil for them as I'm Edi, and I'm the walk out 5. Yes, they say Yembrini. Yes, they say any Bonobo.
Azadino Naimo, those are pure quality.
Oh, Charlie, is Africa there? Almost a Senegal, have Connie, but. Look, Morocco for them Bobo to say this is a team.
Right, I think it's a born against Brazil. No, almost born against Senegal and commercial. If they played like that against the Senegalese, they would have beaten the Senegalese. Yeah. It was such a very good side.
Put me in Brazil, toe to toe.
Yeah,
on the host competition. So the pressure
was on them.
World Cup, Papa,
and at a point, Miss Again is saying, Mekatro be say. Na me who the reason why I say Morocco for no set back sir. Amma Senegal for no abobo no do and oh yes sir, this Moroccan team sorry, this Senegal team will definitely hurt you but one African team also ATM the Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
Admiral Abrantia Osina Kadima Manchester United and Ama Diallo.
Yeah.
On shared the 90-minute goal.
Frankis.
At the team and also from the Ivory Coast.
Even before we go to the Ivorian story so far, the World Cup, say a couple of games have gone on our World Cup name before say Ivory Coast airborne match, and I want to get to it. Michelle, my laptop, I wanted to go back to maybe images in the one. Which say Uko sa game yashe one. There has been the Dutch game, World Cup in him. Before that also, we had already also seen say the Japanese are also going on to play against the Netherlands, like I mentioned earlier, and then this one from the Germans. Germany we need by 7-1. So it was expected.
Kurusaudi is a German machine.
7-1.
Now what's Alexander Safrena as no also name the reason why here as a FIFA could be at the FIFA teams be more best World Cup nisa
because of
ɔsɛ mienu kwedi countries bi hɔ a ɔmo love ne do the World Cup
Frank is back to come back bi
ama car for so adwa din akwana so omu because football is sebi enye a group of countries be nkwa na ese mbo
exactly
ese ebiem no obi atimbo be World Cup enti di enti na World Cup na ese a group of countries be nkwa keke and there be some World Cup.
Perform one be about certain continents.
Yeah.
Omona I am normal personal statements. And
I'm
say better vote.
No UEFA no down on. And the UEFA Champions League one day.
I said no.
Oh come on. Omo my break. Coffee yenti na even the Black Stars.
The Dutch played against the Japanese. Me want say it will take a brand new Dutch coach until say Dutch one beats me at the World Cup maybe game. With the Louis van Gaal, there was this one Avocat. Then of course Ronald Koeman. Which sir Dutch national team coaches are almost recycle on back to back. They will not give them the World Cup. I'm telling you today. So Netherlands only feel like they can win the World Cup because I saw something in this game against Japan. First half 0-0. With second half, watch a goal from Virgil van Dijk header, nice one. Then you begin to control the game and check. And I think Nakamura ever take Kanemani here 1-1 in the game.
Yeah.
So watch the Netherlands what team now. The only natural winger what team minimum started Crescento Samaville.
Yeah.
Because
second goal. No?
Exactly. Cody Gakpo is essentially is an inside player. On yet the normal with Hagen winger. Then he gets the second goal for you. And in my head, I'm like, okay, this is it. Because the Dutch team in the last few years, no, only player from the days of Iron Robben when he left that country, the Dutch team have not had a natural winger that will cut in from the wide areas and give you the goals. Van Persie was a center forward. They've not had that. And in the last few years, about 3 back, very rigid. And that is why Ronald Koeman, Van Gaal will become their coaches because Omon Petre back never. And they will wait to see they can go find competition. But so who see Argentina? So who see the world drill Spanish side or the Germans or even the French or the English? It will be difficult to trump those sides. You can get a point against Japan. Which almost say game 2-1. When they scored the 2-1 was 64th minute. Or you Somerville film. Or the Memphis they pay by. And or they Brobe buy 2 top. Now go back to the centre backs and Okita. Not about Denzel Dumfries as a wing back. Obo Mickey van der Ven. Obo your friend is saying Virgil van Dijk. Obo Jean-Paul van Hecker. Or the Nathan Ake Sanso by. Now, actually on Kwano.
Said that I know or percent or defending the 2-1 now when
no problem coming there. But Rich, so who defend 2-1 as a big nation like the Netherlands? You don't defend with 6 centre backs. 6 I consider Denzel Dumfries as essential as a defender. Then at right back, Nathan Ake Asamba Beshim. If you want to play an canon, in fact, when you ran Gavin back sounds free. And okay, only Frankie de Jong as a 6. He's playing 6 defenders. Netherlands playing against the Japanese. For me, and don't let the press and buy Japan for your corner kicker. And my brother friend Daichi Kamada.
Free header, no coping bonus.
Because consistently, Japan for your changes, Uncle Fat Tomiyasu by. And Oyi Takufuso Kubo free. And then brought somebody that could keep the, I think his name is Sugara. I don't know, start to cross the two. Constantly, the Dutch are under pressure. The ball goes out of touch. Corner kick no matter. Your ball pong game because Sherry na Kuma and then you only Japan coach, you know, S team.
No,
against Japan.
What to do?
Which was a Japan your stubborn side, so I understand. But at the point where you're up by 2-1, I expected them to.
Me tama or you or share 2-1 or chance say. We in Manfred ni be the defenders about me times and Oslo match nana who quality way what's a 2-1 what's the affair them best and me there be me kai 2014 World Cup our Qatar yene South Korea game no so be here time we decided to sit back and soak the pressure no who they had the Korea from the air yeah masa no omo say because they are very good in counter play very good. It is also called there actually sana They are very good. Cross the ball. No, ya deal with pimbo and watch a 2-1. Time ebi wo mnyabo today. At least 8 minutes na kai bia.
Rich now
defenders no crowd ba.
Only Brazil problem ni bi. In terms of midfielders, so many ball ni kita.
Who ni
Mendes honum, Frankie De Jong honum, Gravenberch honum. Can't get the 3 points. As a big nation like this, you get 3 points and relax. But again, it's very early in the tournament. I understand sometimes you can't be too critical of the coaches and how they want to go on and go and play. But Mickey van der Ven, Dan Fries, Van Hecker, Virgil van Dijk, or the Nathan Ake Ebemu, and or the Quentin Timber. Quentin Timber and I'm referring. Julian Timber, Quentin Timber, or Sanso the Baby Shame, no Bonita, Akina for the Sorono, a coca de Pine, Broby. Now, one of the body come up with the one of the body come up with the just to go on and end for you. And now, I was impressed by the Ivorians, even more so than the Moroccans because of the scoreline. But my general impression of the Ivorians, and based on the scoreline, is because of how they played. In fact, now there were a few questions with MS5, kind of center backs or dumb boy. But when the game went on, I realized, okay, on one agreement, or against a South American side or physical. So I echo the team now. There's William Pacho, Henkapi, Caicedo. These are guys on there very, very physical. Even on attackers, Enna Valencia, I'm on very, very physical. So he decided to go for Agadumo and then dropped Diamond Demo bench and then played also in physical center backs. No, they are bench for a single car. So I was worried in terms of seeing body feature. But if you watch the game again, you realize that the Ivorians never wanted to play out from the back. They were okay to go long in the wide areas. Now, so he didn't start a branch friend Amad Diallo or they need to bench and then brought on Yan Diamonde and then kept Pepe and Eliwai as the front three to do a lot of movement, especially between Pepe and Eliwai. Then on the right hand side, a branch friend Henkapi then played a branch your friend Yan Diamonde, and in the first half, Yan for me was the best player of the game. You could not take anything away from Brian friend Yan Diamonde. Okay. He was brilliant in the 1v1s, creating of chances. The game stretch. Now, Ecuador only had chances almost saying a ball bam you won't come back and get this chance again. Then in the second half, Brian friend Yan Diamonde, because that's the biggest news that we've gotten from Enra ABC and it's official. Say Madrid phone have finalized a deal for Brian friend Marco Cucurella from Chelsea. 60 million euros.
You saw it coming?
I didn't see it coming because 2 days ago, na Cucurella interview was Spanish national team camp say he's happy where he is.
Yeah. So I moved team Biakra me Hano or Bobok players on. Debia me case players do mon kan grow.
Luis Figo be a bassa.
Was me Bobok cap into team Bia am say the concentration now walk up. Say no ma did it.
Isn't not the power of football club Real Madrid? Because according to those close to the deal, na Cucurella and Madrid didn't come away. But Obekaya, Madrid had already contacted Josco Guardiola from City. And Guardiola said, Uncle City, Uncle Madrid. Then Jose Mourinho comes in, calls Cucurella and tells him, say, who na we left back na me pay me team. So I need you to come. I know that as the summer goes on, I'll explain to you what I think Jose wants him. Who said Madrid the left hand axis on that's where Vinicius Junior likely is. He doesn't give you so much without the ball. Cucurella aggressive, defensively very good. It is going to be the right of Barcelona, so many mobile most of the teams. And we know who plays on the right hand side of Barcelona attacking him. The job of Cucurella will be to shut those people up and then do the defensive job for Madrid to have Vinicius Junior going forward to get a job. And I think that's a good purchase for them. An opportunity for Chelsea to invest the money the right way. Because Chelsea took Cucurella 60 million, sir. I think about 4 or 5 years. Now,
my project has a more say,
Only say, Rich, the thing with Cucurella is I can 2 years on the contract. So, Obekaya 2 seasons ago or last season, Cucurella extending the contract, but why extending a number of years or Jiska Kese.
Okay.
So he has always been there. Say Chelsea for they will let him go. Plus, there is a report in England say Lewis Hall of Chelsea Academy. When they bring him, you add more in terms of technical ability to the team. From the money point of view, they have to take, but it's our reinvestment. And say Chelsea for some Pejabi Alonso. And as we are saying, as yes, Cucurella uncle.
Okay.
They should take their money and reinvest the money. You better say, Enzo, some friends with us here. What you think? You ready? You want to know?
Unless you are the league in bed. I know some of the chatani free. And you are the rest of you. The boom coffee. Project no me on mama zeno. On basic case go mbu wan no to bless na.
Na bless o gba yen. Mama with you for coach na.
Mama code na so.
You go figure see you go channel. Rich, boys name first car in the World Cup. I'll start with these codes for you. First one, BW 5C B8 E585. That is the first code. Second one, BW 5C B54513. Third one, BW 5C B5 2B4B. Fourth one, BW 5C B5 0074. And the last one, BW 5C B4 EA2. Rich. And these are the codes.
Okay. Emrefi, Fiifi Benji, I'll say, very soon the World Cup as a festival will be played as a league form like the Champions League. FIFA should allow the World Cup to remain very competitive. Okay. I know your opinion. Obviously, Chelsea owners here. Kakran team na no mugu no ba no. Me sa na mpe. Mo amugu team no mai. Okay.